Lil Baby's life has been drastically turning for the worse, as it would just be announced Lil Baby was arrested Monday night for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit, and he was sent to the Clark County Detention Center, where he is being held on a $5,000 bail.
I need 20 bands, call the number for me. Hey, security, the black guy, call the number for me. They locking me up for a but I got license. Security, I need 200 bands a year, I swear to God, security. Security, I need 200 bands a year. You don't make 200 bands here.
Hey, lady, my check leave at 9:10.
Nah, check me good, I got a in my nuts. Check me good. You on the camera? I got a in my nuts, check me good. I got a Alright, y'all let me in that car, shoot myself dead, y'all.
With Lil Baby being arrested on bail, the arrest couldn't have come at a worse time. The Atlanta DA had just put it on record that Lil Baby and several 4PF members are going to be joining the YSL RICO trial very soon. As right now, the YSL RICO trial with Young Thug and Gunna is transitioning into a new phase of arguments. This will now feature rappers in the industry like YFN Lucci, Gunna, and sadly Lil Baby, who will all be getting investigated for their involvement in the YSL RICO. Starting in May 2022, Young Thug alongside Gunna and several YSL members were arrested on RICO charges. However, within 2 weeks, Young Thug and Lil Baby's best friend Gunna snitched his way out of the case by accepting a plea deal.
YSL is a music label and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
When Gunna originally snitched, the following day, it would then be reported by DJ Academics, Lil Baby as well as members of 4PF are next on the Atlanta DA's RICO list. Very similar to how YSL and Young Thug were raided and arrested for RICO, Lil Baby is now next on that list.
An in-depth investigation.
Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There are going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
As we would even see DJ Academics then confirm on a stream showing the evidence file of 4PF on the official court document, while also confirming it on the stream that it is a rap group with a 3-letter name.
I've heard 2 of them. Like, I've heard the 2 of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
As why this is so important is because of the next phase of the YSL RICO trial. All of the street teams that are connected to YSL are being brought into the courtroom. Even Lil Baby knows this, as in his newest song titled 350, he would throw shade at Gunna for getting him involved. He would end up rapping the lyrics, "Ain't never said nothing about it, boy you know that you a rat." This would end up going viral on social media. Lil Baby is extremely angry at the situation, but in the end, it would end up rubbing Young Thug's father the wrong way. He would go on to an interview to tell Lil Baby to be quiet.
How do you feel about Lil Baby throwing at Gunna for his plea deal? For his plea?
He need to shut the fuck up, cause he don't know what's going on. You know, he's going off of what he heard. Ask Lil Baby, have you ever came to a court date?
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I want y'all to ask these damn rappers and these bloggers with this whole snitch shit and this. When have y'all went to a court date to support Slime, to support Jeffrey, to support Thug, however you want to name it? Go on their social media pages and say, why in the haven't you been at the courthouse to support your dude? And I guarantee you won't get an answer.
As Young Thug's father didn't end there. He would then go on to reveal this about Gunna.
Courtney said, how do you feel about Gunna?
I love Gunna.
See, that's the thing. People don't understand the relationship. They got this thing saying that Gunna's a rat and he's done this and done that.
No, but see, let me try to help the attorney clarify that a little simpler.
Okay.
Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case. Period.
As Young Thug's father states that Gunna's plea deal didn't affect Young Thug and Lil Baby, but rappers in the industry have much different opinions. Tekashi 6ix9ine would hop on a Clubhouse call with Wack 100 to explain that Young Thug and Lil Baby is in a terrible situation because of Gunna accepting that plea deal.
So me pleading guilty is only making it worse for my man. I'm saying I was there. Yes, I did it. I plead guilty. I am guilty. I am guilty. Anything you said in that courtroom is going to be used against your man, my man. That is over.
He would then further on his argument, as a week after that call, he would then meet up with DJ Academics, sharing more thoughts about Gunna snitching.
He just implicated YSL being so now home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying, I'm a record label.
As rappers know that Lil Baby and Young Thug's life are in very terrible spots due to Gunna. Even NBA Youngboy would share on his podcast,
don't call me asking me about what I think about the situation or do I think need to. I honestly don't give not one. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
As the current state of the YSL RICO trial is not going to make it any better. Lawyers have noted that this is the most corrupt court case that they have ever witnessed. It would then be announced, judge has ruled on attorney Max's motion for a fair trial. She is sending the entire prosecution team to Brady training, leading into a lawyer saying, another embarrassment for the YSL trial prosecutors today.
But make sure before it shows up on a screen with a jury that whatever limits have been placed on this, you abide by them. I mean, I saw the slide from the opening that had something on it that had been specifically talked about and ruled that you had better not in any way put that before the jury. And lo and behold, it's up there on the screen. Not going to get back into it, but that should not happen again. If you know that comments aren't supposed to be on here, you need to make sure before you throw any slide up. And I'm not saying that this was how you were going to use it. I know you're just giving this to us right now, but just make sure everything is clean to the way that it is supposed to be. Okay. And
in simple terms, the judge is sending the prosecutors to go complete a small class course to remind them how to do their literal job. I know it sounds like a joke, but this is actually real. The judge is sending the prosecutors to a classroom with a teacher to remind them what evidence they are and are not allowed to show in a court setting. Now, this is where it feels corrupt. The prosecutors have literally no idea what they're doing, but the judge refuses to allow a mistrial just so then Young Thug and other rappers in Atlanta will face a prison sentence. These two rappers have much different charges, but it feels very similar to what Boosie said about YNW Melly, as Melly was granted a mistrial and didn't even receive a bond or house arrest agreement, basically confirming that when the feds want you, they'll do anything to get you.
When they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man.
However, it gets even crazier from here, as it would be announced on late Friday, Attorney Max told Judge Page that he filed a new motion for a fair trial. This motion comes after the attorneys found out about another ex parte meeting on June 7th.
So I recently filed while we were in court, a motion for a fair trial, seeking remedies. Oh, and I will email, it was just filed. And I will email it over.
As Max is a part of Young Thug's legal team, he's bringing up an issue that the prosecutors had an illegal meeting to gain evidence on Young Thug with outside sources. His motion would be denied right after submitting it, making Max, as well as Thug's other lawyers, come in the following day screaming at the judge.
Well, you know, the problem, Your Honor, is that since this was an ex parte meeting that should probably have never taken place, you were not there, I was not there, my fellow outside agitators investigators weren't there. We don't have a video of it. So I have no idea specifically if that was not referred to us. We don't know, do we? We don't know. And what I do know is that I have been arguing with people for 18 months that Chief Judge Glanville was doing his best, that he was trying to rule to the best of his ability based on the evidence and the law before him. And now I have been made to look like an idiot. So I do not believe that this trial should continue, Your Honor.
This would end up going viral on social media. Lil Baby would even react saying, "It's about time, Thug's coming home. Slime's been in the cell for too long and the trial is over and the judge is crazy." With even 4-2 Doug saying,
"Have you been tapped into the YSL case at all, and how do you think that's been?"
I've been trying to watch a little bit.
Do you think it's being mishandled?
I think it should have been dismissed. The shit with the judge that just happened.
That just happened.
Crazy, like trying to send his lawyer to jail. From the outside looking in, it's looking like they got something against him.
However, Lil Baby is going to be blessed in the short term, as the YSL trial now has to re-review evidence against Thug before bringing in Lil Baby and Gunna for questioning. As Lil Woody, the YSL member who snitched with Gunna, just signed a plea deal out of the YSL case. Well, he was given that because he was able to give information on Young Thug to the prosecutors. However, it was revealed today inside of the courtroom he lied about everything. The prosecutors then started asking the most ridiculous questions, making Woody get very angry.
I can't sit here and tell y'all nothing. I don't know what y'all want me. I don't know what y'all looking for. I didn't see nobody. I didn't see nobody rob nobody. I didn't see none of these boys do anything. I did some stupid things. I got caught for the stupid things that I was doing, and I just went from there. Like, I didn't. And then y'all got me up here, and I done told y'all before y'all put me up here, y'all can't talk to me on like a Tuesday or something. And you can't talk to me in the streets. And I told you, like, I lied. And I told you that. And then y'all still brought me in here.
Isn't it true that you did not want to testify because you don't want to deal with the reality of being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hilton, I was been labeled a snitch way before I had to come to trial when y'all linked that video out to the social media. So the world look at me as a snitch no matter what goes on to this day. But me coming here, like, I have put my faith in God's hands, and I come here and I let it be known. I guess got no choice but to be letting know to y'all now that I have told y'all time after time that I done lied.
As the prosecutors have barely any evidence against Young Thug, but they keep on bringing YSL Woody in to try to just bring up something against Young Thug. But it seems as if Lil Woody has had enough, and eventually he would snap.
And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole life. Judge, I get a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all,
Stay here. Come here. Stay on the stand. Take some breaths. Calm down. And once he finishes his breath, Your Honor, state, we conclude our questioning, Your Honor.
As Lil Woody got so angry that he needed to stand up and walk away. You do not see this happen often in court cases. It would then, however, be announced Woody is getting tired of explaining why he told on Young Thug over and over again.
Why did you ask for Thug to pay your bond after you had told on them in the June 10th interview?
I didn't tell on them. I was going through a phase in my life. Like I told you before, and I told you in the back, I made it all up. I sat right there and said whatever came to the top of my head, that I pieced certain things together and said what I said. If you listen to both of them calls, they contradict each other. If you listen to the interview, you hear what the police keep saying. And that's why I put everything on Thug. The man ain't had nothing to do with my stupidity. I'm sitting right here today telling y'all the truth, and y'all still sitting right here playing with this lady. Like I told y'all, I made it up. I put it on him. Okay. I'm not scared of nobody. Nobody forced me to say none of this stuff. This is not right.
Okay.
Which is very surprising, and it changes the entire YSL Rico trial while even helping out Lil Baby. YSL Woody said that he lied about everything that he snitched on Young Thug about, meaning they have to go now review all of that evidence again. If the evidence from Lil Woody comes out as false, which it should because he already said he's lying, that would mean the only evidence they have right now against Young Thug and Lil Baby is from an investigator who would reveal that Lil Wayne has the same street affiliation as Young Thug, trying to prove to the jury that rappers have street affiliations. Then with the second piece involving rapper YNW Melly, as the two rappers were involved in a Facebook post together where they claimed to have street ties connected to each other.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, he's hanging with Young Thug, and he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with the 5-point star as well. Mr. Devins has the big B hand signs posted, displayed.
Okay, and these individuals again, I'm assuming that's also the Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and capture.
And are you familiar with who this individual is?
I am.
And who is that?
It's Dwayne Carter.
Okay. And does he have another name that he goes by?
He does.
And what is it?
Lil Wayne.
And are you aware, through any of your non-trained experience, if Mr. Carter, Dwayne Carter, self-identifies as a member of?
I believe that he does.
Okay. Tell the jury if you need to stand with the stick and point to what those identifiers are within Defense Exhibit 31.
There's a large MOB across his chest, often used particularly by West Coast, but is used across the country. He has 5 red 5-point stars across his chest.